Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn additional 2-3 devices which are used for practically in the gynecology as a routine. Okay. So what are they? Along with these speculums or per speculum examination, we do few procedures in the OPD basis. One is cytology, cervical cytology, that is known as Pap smear or Pap test, and the other procedure is the target oriented biopsy. I take the biopsy from the abnormal cervix, abnormal area of the cervix. So for this reason we need all these three devices. This one is known as IS spatula. It is a wooden spatula. It is available in the pre-sterilized pack. Can be autoclaved, can be, but it is disposable. This one is a endocervical brush used to take the smear from the endocervical canal, and this one is the punch biopsy forceps. So it opens like this and compresses the tissue in it like this. If this is the tissue, it will compress the tissue and will remove the pus from the cervix. So this is how it removes the pus from the cervix. I can identify the abnormal area, abnormal zone, by colposcopy, Schiller's test, acetic acid test, and then go ahead with the biopsy with this. Okay. So let us discuss in detail. This device is a IS spatula. Suppose this is the cervix. I put the tip of the spatula in the at the exocervix, external os, and rotate this surface of the spatula over the exocervix. And that is how I get a smear and spread it over the slide. So these are the two slides I am using here. Spread it on the slide. Next, I put this endocervical brush into the canal, rotate it, and this smear is turned, twisted over the slide this way. This way I turn it over the surface. Either two slides I may take or single slide is enough. This is fixed immediately with the fixative. The fixative contains 50% of ethanol and 50% of alcohol. After fixation, we go ahead with the perpendicular stemming of the smear. This test is also known as exfoliative cytology or Pap test. It is a screening test. It is not a diagnostic test for cervical cancer. It is just a screening test. Means I am screening the healthy population for identifying the malignancy. If I select same test like other test to confirm the diagnosis, then it is a diagnostic test. Like target oriented biopsy is a diagnostic test. Histopathological examination of that tissue is important to confirm the diagnosis. So the diagnostic tests are punch biopsy and histopathological examination of the specimen, and the screening test is a perpendicular test or Pap test. Which cases, how do I take the biopsy and from which area I take the biopsy? This forceps, punch biopsy forceps, is used for taking the biopsy from the surface of the cervix. Now suppose this is the cervix. I identify the abnormal area and take a biopsy. So how can I identify the abnormal area? I can identify it with the help of colposcopy, one, with the help of Schiller's test. Next is Tolley-DeMille test, and most commonly used is the acetic acid test. So there are four methods by which I can identify an abnormal area of the cervix and take a biopsy. Abnormal area means what I mean? I mean it is a precancerous condition or cervical intraepithelial neoplasia, or it can be a doubt of cancer. If there is a gross lesion over the cervix like proliferative growth, cauliflower growth, or indurating growth, or ulcerative growth, I can take a direct biopsy with the help of this process. I don't need an identification or some reagent to apply over it. It is visible clinically. It is a stage 1B cancer. But in microscopic conditions or pre-malignant conditions, I need help of the reagents like acetic acid, Schiller's reagent, or Tolley-DeMille reagent. In the acetic acid test, aceto-white area with sharp margins, take the biopsy. Scheele's iodine negative area, take a biopsy. Then toluidine blue test, deep royal blue color area, take a biopsy. So these are the different areas or tests by which I can take a biopsy from the site and send it for histopathology. What the report can be? The report can be HPV infection showing coilocytes, parakeratosis, hyperkeratosis on histopathology. The report of this cervical biopsy can be normal, no infection seen, normal tissue identified, normal columnar epithelium, normal squamous epithelium, metaplastic epithelium identified. It can be pre-malignant conditions like cervical intraepithelial neoplasia 1, CIN2, CIN3. CIN2 and 3 lesions need the biopsy. And of course, microscopic cancer and infant cancer, invasive cancer also, microscopic growth also, the biopsy must be taken. So the reports can be squamous cell carcinoma or adenocarcinoma on histopathological examination. I will show you different photographs how the cervix looks like on colposcopy or visual inspection. Here in this case, the cervix is seen, it is discolored. It is bluish colored cervix. This photograph, there is endocervicitis. There is congestion around the os. It is because of monococcal chlamydia infection. Endocervicitis. This is the eroded cervix. This is the healing cervix. The white area is a healing metaplastic epithelium. This is a healing erosion. These left out islands they are known as glands. Different degrees of glands. This is the squamous epithelium, this is the columnar epithelium, this is the squamo-columnar junction. Okay? And the area from the os to the squamo-columnar junction is known as transformation zone. This is the aceto-white epithelium. This is the Scheele's test, iodine negative area. Punctations, they look like this. Abnormal capillary pattern may be like this, diagrammatic representation. Hairpin pattern, these are abnormal. These are corkscrew capillaries with aceto-white areas. These are the punctations. It indicates malignancy. It can be carcinoma situ, it can be invasive carcinoma. So here colposcopy is positive for cancer. So we look for these abnormal capillaries on colposcopy. This is a cauliflower growth and this is a hard indurating growth, and the third type which is identified in the ulcerative lesion. So how do you know what types of growths are there on visual inspection in cervical cancer? Hard indurating, cauliflower and ulcerative. The commonest is the cauliflower. Endocervical growth will be hidden in the canal, and there this endocervical pathology will help to diagnose it as a case of adenocarcinoma. The biopsy report will be, if it is a squamous cell carcinoma, it is from the exocervix. If it is adenocarcinoma, usually it originates from the squamo-columnar junction or endocervical canal. That is enough for today. Thank you so much.